is open. So to create a new file, either you click new or click file and open. But I'm using short key Ctrl N. Set the size to, I'm using my custom size, which is 8 by 10 inches. The resolution to 300 on portrait mode. Now, instead of using file to place embedded, I just drag and drop
your file. Huh?
Yes, drag and drop your file. Drag and drop, then it's there. Drag and drop file, it's there. Then I rotate to clockwise instead of counterclockwise.
How you take rotate? All those things mention and inside.
Okay. So let me go back again. Drag and drop. It's already on a transform mode already. But to do transform, you click Ctrl T and then right click and clockwise, rotate 90-degree clockwise, and then you hold alternate and shift, and then you drag at the edge. Now this is one background. I want to add another background.
Why?
The same drag and drop because I want to have a feel of blend. I want to have a blend feel.
Okay.
Then I rotate the same way I'm rotating this other one. Then alternate and shift, drag and drop at the edge. Now I want to blend. Instead of using the normal blend tool, which is of linear bonds, swing and the rest, I want an actual blend having both colors up and down edge. I add a layer mask. Then I go to my gradient tool, this, by pressing short key, which is G. You see showing there G as a short key. And then here you see different fields, transparent and fill black and white, opposite fill black and white. I want to use a transparent fill. And then using this, I have to switch X for color mode. This tool here to switch. X is to switch black and white, because blacks removes the fill, white fills up the fill. Then I'll put at the edge and drag to bring out the fill I want.
Okay, black remove.
Yes, blacks take out the fill.
Only this one at the top.
Yes,
removing the
yes,
top.
removing the fill. Then white fills the fill back. So I've dragged. So that's for that. So if I'm not satisfied, I want to add more fills, I would use my eraser tool to, if you see it's on black right now, change to white.
To clean that area.
Yes. Now I'll group these both as one.
How did you group them?
Ctrl G to group. You highlight, yes, highlight both, then Ctrl G. If you don't use Ctrl G, if you highlight, you see it here. To group, create a new group.
Everyone will be in the same folder.
Yes, then you title it background. Now I want to make alterations of this gradient background here. I'll use hue and saturation, which is for this, and then I create clipping marks. I create a clipping marks. Yes, create clipping marks. Alternate Ctrl G. But basically, if I don't want to go through this process of using this, I could just use Ctrl U to bring out the hue and saturation, and then I try and play around to blend what I want. Same thing goes for the up. If I want to blend, depends on what I'm doing. Pink is fine. I prefer the grain on it, so I'll leave that on this, and then I have a different color here already. Now for the next thing, I'm bringing in my image. I already have a design I'm using, so I just have to drag and drop images from previous designs I've done. So what I'll do here, I'll just drag the image from here to this point. Depends on what I want to create. If I want to create something nice, I use that. So basically, this image doesn't explain. I'm talking about branding, so I have to use an image that is consistent and fits. The image has to fit what you are describing. So I make use of this image here. So this is the image, and then Control minus Control plus to zoom and unzoom. Control T to transform and then reduce. Now I've reduced. I have to fit it to what I want to actually create. Now this is for this, and then I have my textures. All of these are called textures. Textures are noisy particles that you can use to make your design stand out. I drag.
You create them?
No, I download them online. Done textures online. If you go online, free pick, you could see textures, noise textures, material textures, gradient textures. Now this is not originalities. Originally they are like this. Originally all textures are like this, but then I use filling for them. They have different fields. The first one, noise, has color dodge to make them stand out. So you start seeing textures of the elements on my skin and on the background. And then I have other elements here I like to play around with. I have the ruler elements. So basically I have to drag ruler elements, drag and drop to that part. Now this comes here. Now I have to group all of my textures, my elements. They're called elements, design elements. I have to group them and tag them as texture. So that's for that. This ruler is already tagged, is already grouped already. Now I did alignment structure, Control A to highlight. Then these are margins: left margin, middle margin, right margin, center. So now I'm shifting. I want to the right. This is here. Now for the image, you can see if I click anything, it clicks on what is on top. So I have to lock it so I don't click. If I click, it doesn't open. So it's now locked here, and then I click here on the image. Now I want the image to be inside. Depends on what I'm creating. If I want it inside or I want it outside, you understand? So the image is now in between background 1 and background 2. So this is the image. Now later on I have to apply the whole pop out feel for. So I want something to make me stand out. So I have to create a shape. Now creating a shape, you have to hold shift when creating a shape to have a balance. Yes, to have a balanced proportion. So because see, ordinarily drawing the shape is not balanced, but then holding shift, it gives you a balanced proportion. Then I align to be centered, and then I send to the back. Now making this, I have to change the color. If I want to use a gradient color, if I want to use, let me use a gradient color so it's pop out the colors. I'm using a gradient fill, bright colors. So yes, you click on the image you want to, on the object you want to, right click, blending options, and then I come to gradients. On gradients I have this.
Wait, go back. Let me see something. If you do, how about if you do like this?
You double click on it. Yes.
Okay, see the
yes, see the same thing. Now I come to gradients, then I drag because Normally it's supposed to be 0 or 90 degree. Gradient is supposed to be 90 degree, but then I'm using 75 for example, and then 7. So now I have this parent here. I have to use bright colors because I want to bright colors in the design, green and red for example. Then I fill, then I drag. Now it's not done. I need the outer glow. But before I do the outer glow, now this is the oh shit. So come back again.
Can't you go back?
No, doesn't save. Green. Now I have this, then I'll come to my Gaussian blur on theta, Gaussian blur, convert to smart objects, and then you make your blur stand out so it looks like a fill already. Right, then I come back here, I add the outer glow. I use the shades of what is there already. I come to inner glow. I use what is there already to make it stand out. You can either the same fill options you want to use. You can either use normal or you use screen. Screen is better for your glows, so it pops out your glows. If you want to add noise, you add noise depending on what you're doing. So outer glow, screen. So, and then I reduce to fit into my head shape that I want to, and then I centralize. So now I have to make my image centralized. Now my image is dark. I have to pop out my image. I have to duplicate because I want to make my image glow also. Duplicate, and then the second image you come to blending options, outer glow to make it stand out, to glow. So range is to make it have ASUS. So I'm using this fill, and then on the top image I'll put in inner glow on the top image, and then I'll balance it, opacity, the size, and the range. Then I come to brightness for image adjustment, brightness and contrast to wake up my image to pop out. I come to image brightness to pop out my image, and then I click. Now design is ready. Now this is making it look like a minimalist kind of design. So I'll be talking about algorithm on this design, playing around. Your fonts matter a lot, both fonts, to explain. So I'll be using country, and then I type algorithm. So rotate, I flip, and I bring it above the background. So, and then I scale. Now I'll use the fill of the text. I'll also change the color to something else, probably something in the background, or leave it as white, and then double click to blend fill, give it stroke to pop it out. Use a shade from from the background I'm using. Reduce to have a better feel, and then look for something that pops out. Obviously is white will go, and then you change the feel of the text to a dark one. Reduce the feel to, and then reduce and scale out. That's for these. I have other fields. I just drag and drop other things I need to drag and drop. For example, my text, lower text tools, and then I just drag and drop. So this is what this. Then scale to center, align. Now the background is white. I have to change the text to something that matches and pops out. Dark. And then my barcode remains the same, white. If I feel I want to make the text, everything I write pop out, I create a shape underneath the group file of what I labeled. Then I create a shape, a rectangle shape. Create a rectangle shape, and then all of this pops out, and then I have to change this now to a darker shade also, so it fits in green. Now they're aligned. Now this is what this. Don't forget, the side text has to be above every other thing. Now algorithm. Then I have to reduce the feel of the white so it doesn't become too shouty or white. Reduce the opacity of the white. That's for that. Now I'm talking about algorithm. So I create a text box. When you click on text tool, you drag on to create a text box, and then I write algorithm. Change to white, block letters, and country. Country is the name of the text I'm using, or the font I'm using, typeface I'm using. Algorithm. Now you can see that this is bigger, so increase your text, the text size, and then you reduce the text box. Okay, centralize. So open the text box again. Algorithm. Now to make it stand out, I'll create a shape behind it and bring it behind it, and then change the color to this. I could also use a gradient fill to make it more nice. Change the basic, and then something more nice and catchy, and then the red, so it stands out. I have to increase the green, and then I'll create a layer mask because I want to remove the edges, and then I draw my gradient underneath, and that's it. And so I group these as title, main, text. So I make use of the AI to create WhatsApp AI, create a short text on brand algorithm. So I come here, I create a text box again. And then I paste, change the fonts to my font I use, contacts bold, and then I reduce, and then I centralize. So we have this. Now making it stand out, I want the text to stand out. I have to create another fill of a darker shade for it. I'll create a gradient fill underneath it. You create a layer and then you drag. And this is for that. So
Thank you.
So I believe you've learned one or two things. For more, you could like, follow, share, and subscribe. Thank you.